Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. Half-time here in the SAS Fox Memorial Premiership clash between the Mount Albert Lions and the Howick Hornets. And as you can see on screen, it is Mount Albert who hold a fairly commanding 18-6 lead. And really, Troy, after watching that first 40 minutes, it's a lead they really do deserve. They've played brilliantly through the first half, and in particular, I know we see the 18 on the scoreboard, but some of their defence has been great.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the whole clinical, great completions of sets. They've been getting good kicks away. 2 minutes and 33 seconds in, they were on the board from a pretty, outstanding kickoff in regards to going the distance of the field in their first set. So, Mount Albert is certainly on fire, and, they've come to play today. So, it's not far off the mark that, maybe the Roosters going back across town, but Hornets will have something to say about that.
They will indeed, and you don't end up the minor premiers with a week to spare by not knowing a thing or two about winning and coming back. So they'll have plenty of fight in the second half. 40 to play in our regular season. Playoffs start next week, and as it stands, both of these two teams will be there. We know Howick will. Mount Albert right now set to go through as the second highest ranked qualifiers. All right, Clayton Williams. A real standout through the first 40 minutes for the Howick Hornets. Some of his carries were really, really good, and he's finding his front more often than not as well and getting nice quick play of the balls as they work down the short side now, and Salafalilu Malio joins in. Williams lines up for a second carry. He'll be at the forefront of it if they are to turn things around. Pops the ball out the back to a waiting Scott Jones. And a good set so far for the Howick Hornets to start the second half. Reece Charlie to Prendergast to Olivetti. Now a little overlap on the left-hand side. Royden Gillett taking the ground. 40 or 30 out from the line now. Olivetti is the dummy half. He'll find Prendergast to Reece Charlie. Charlie offloads, and now Scott Jones ends up with the football. He's got an offload on him as well.
Big contact there.
Last play now coming up. Hortony kicks. Chase looks pretty good, but back to collectors Lalinga, who is smart and gets straight to ground. And now the Mount Albert Lions with a chance to rock the ball out. Oh, Clayton Williams lays him out. Callum Moore now bumps the ball forward. Look at the Howick Hornets looking to make their mark defensively here. The line speed good so far. Here's the captain, Paiapalu. Fraser to Wallace, and now they're going to move the football. Ackland spots up at the line, goes through, wants an offload, gets one eventually. Now space on this right edge now. Corey Sita, cover coming across. Albrecht slips, gets an offload away. Back into the middle they come, but Royden Gillett picks it off. So the Hornets recover after what was initially a fairly dangerous break. Peter Olivetti. Prendergast to Hortony. Working it forward. Results from around the grounds. Point Chevalier are up 28-8. Northcote lead 22-6, and Glenora lead 30-10 over Mangere East. Jones goes through, collects a high shot, is left two on the ground. A chance now for the Hornets perhaps to take advantage. Good low tackle though from Aidan Ackland. Charlie to Pulipaki. Prendergast finds Gillett again, who's been heavily involved already in the second spell. Albrecht picks that one up off the laces. He did really well there, Jesse Albrecht. Slow play of the ball as Kelly holds on down low. Tackle still up their sleeve. Gillett. Prendergast clears the ruck. Finds Hortony. Hortony to Clayton Williams, to Olivetti. It's clunky, though, from Howick. Last play coming up. Short side the attack. Hortony just about picked off. Well, that could have been disastrous there for Howick. Instead, they'll get 6 again. Little things like that that can have such a huge impact. And that time, they threw the dice and were lucky that it didn't finish in an 80-metre intercept. Just going back to those other results, as it stands, the top 4 remains unchanged. Point Chevalier, while they're well ahead against Otahu, they need other results to go their way. And with Northcote and Glenora still in front, there is no change to the top 4. So it sits as it was as we entered the round, which would mean Mount Albert versus Howick next week in the qualifying final, winner directly through to the grand final, and Northcote versus Glenora in the elimination final, winner to survive and play the loser of the qualifying final. Loser goes home. Bishop, backdoor Olivetti, it's beautiful! Albrecht, though, the scramble arrives. Albrecht gets there in the end. What a determined effort from Jesse Albrecht. Looked initially to be set to go over in the far left corner. The Mount Albert cover arrived, but Albrecht just refused to give up. Hits back, and what a crucial strike this is for the Howick Hornets.
In the last part of the SAS Sporting replay, big looping pass out here, called early, looked like he was going in quite easily, and then hello, 2 defenders, 3rd defender, massive effort. Still going, big arm out, 4 points.
Did so well to hold on to that football as well. Had it in an awkward sort of grip there with 4 or 5 Mount Albert players on top of him. But a huge, huge play from Jesse Albrecht. So Scott Jones with a chance to make it a 1-score game once again. So an update on the Crownlift Trucks Fox Championship. Bay Roskill currently leading Papakura, which would see them safely into the top 4. Manyarewa are ahead of Pukekohe, 30-14. No score in for Ellerslie versus Richmond. We'll try and perhaps chase one up there, but as it stands, Ellerslie no chance anyway because Bay Roskill are ahead. But with Manyarewa well in control against Pukekohe, things may be about to get very interesting in the 2nd division.
Can somebody text me that score for the Ellerslie Richmond, please?
Jones with a big, big conversion up against the sideline. Strikes it nicely off the boot, and flags are up. A huge strike from Scott Jones. And we're back to a 6-point ball game. 46 and a half gone here at Paparoa Park. It's the Hornets who strike first in the 2nd spell.
Well, the crowd certainly livening up over there on the hill. You would have to have no faint hearts over there today. Lions back now, getting ready for the reset.
So Olivetti fields it. He'll take it back, although he had Clayton Williams with him. Here's Pulipaki. Pretty effective in his stint so far. Formed a really good starting front row combo with Tony Tuia last year at 19 years of age. He's got a big future in front of him.
A lot of energy on the Lions defensive line. Certainly big chat going on out there.
Charlie to Clayton Williams. Another good carry from Clayton. Watch how quick to play the ball is as well. Charlie to Hortony. Hortony looks like he spotted a little gap there. Lalenga rushing to get to it.
Oh, great kick.
Now, was that a 40-20? We don't have the referee audio, so my apologies if we can't identify that. No, it looks like it's going to be a Mount Albert ball, but you're correct in calling it a brilliant kick. So a chance now to trap Mount Albert down this end of the park. Discipline will be the key. Ackland with the hands up already. Ropati charged with the first carry. Taken down in a three-man tackle involving Albrecht and Nahu Main.
Trying to get him to the line, do they?
Wow. Oh, that's a huge play. Questions over whether the tackle was complete. Ackland's blowing up. Let's take a look here. You can see, look how far in field he starts. He's at the hash mark almost by the time contact's made. But look at Trent Bishop here, driving those legs. Just keeps it moving. Now, momentum never stops. This looks okay so far.
Shoulder on the line.
Well, it did look like momentum had continued throughout the tackle. Corey Jewell on hand to watch it all and made the call. So big set coming up now for the Mount Albert Lions defensively. Prendergast with the feed, and they're going to start this one 25 out from the line. Hortony, the first receiver, dancing, literally. Hortony spots them up, but he's tackled well by Caleb Moore.
Strong tackle too, though. Forced him back over.
Jones will take a settler into the middle.
Oh, he wasn't watching.
Oh. They're going to get a penalty anyway. Up inside the 10. That's a huge let-off, but you're right. Clayton Williams was looking up.
Not expecting it.
Organising. Maybe thought he was going to be a decoy there.
Yeah.
But they get let off the hook.
Just so impressed with the Mount Albert defensive line. The amount of chat going on out there at the moment is just unbelievable.
30 minutes to play in the regular season. And this top of the table clash turning out to be every bit the match we hoped it would be. Here's Scott Jones. They're 9 out from the line here, Howick. Hortony has to reach low for that one. It was a poor pass from dummy half, and then Prendergast puts it down. Oh, look at the reaction from Mount Albert. Prendergast knows how big that was. They score there, and it's game on. But the Mount Albert Lions will take so much from surviving that.
Absolutely. I think the pressure cooker there just got relieved somewhat, and Mount Albert certainly love it. Can't about help Hornets, opportunity gone begging there as we get ready to pack in. So some work to be done now. Mount Albert feed, and here we go.
Good strong carry initially from Wheneanga Norfolk. Talisa came on late in the first half. Kali now lines it up. Nahu Main did well. He's playing really well, Nahu Main, considering the injury struggle he is under right now. Salah. 5 into opposition territory now. Ackland is set at first receiver. He gets the ball first. Had Ropati on his shoulder. Of course, Aiden Ackland and Rory Ropati, cousins as well. With Mount Albert juniors who have come through the grades pretty well together. Wallace now looks to the skies, and a tester for Tussa, who takes it beautifully. Looks up and sees a little bit of a broken line and then slips. He's taken down by Ropati and Ackland. Olivetti, another who has played for both clubs. There's a number of them on the field today who have played for both Mount Albert and Howick over the years. Peter Olivetti, a former Papakura Seagulls man as well. Hortony shuffles play back to the middle for Trent Bishop. They've contained Trent pretty well thus far, but he is capable of coming up with a dynamic play. Here's a long driven kick from Hortony. Lalinga does well, though, to set himself well back and claim that one on the full. And as a result, he brings it back 20-25 metres before he's even touched. Gets the set off to a great start here for the Lions. Here's Caleb Moore. Represented Auckland at both under 16 and under 18 level in rugby union. Now in the 13 man game and making a real good fist of it thus far. 40 out from the line. I'll bring in Talisa. Talisa put onto his back, and Howick do well to slow that one down. See a couple of bodies in the ruck there, Jones included. Falilo Malio jumps out, looking for a little half gap, Johnny. Carlos Hortony does well to hold his momentum. Wallace to Ackland. Ackland crabbing, gets a pass on. Links out onto the right edge, but Howick scramble nicely. Offload pop. Lelinga, will he get there? Not quite. Pops an offload, and now there's some hot potato stuff. There's got to be a gap somewhere as Howick desperately scramble back into shape. Ropati will run it hard. Rory Ropati will run it all the way to the try line. Mount Albert in again. Offloads are plenty, but it finishes with Rory Ropati running the ball hard and breaking through that line. You can see here they were desperate to keep it alive. Nice little bit of work here from Ackland just to evade Trent Bishop. And then from here, the big fella sees it and the eyes light up.
And there's going to be one happy John Ropati at home watching this one as his son goes in across the line, 4 points. And watch Rory get up and celebrate this one. There's a big power flex. Back to the gym, I'm thinking. The lines are on fire.
So back out to a 10-point ball game, and we go back to the set they survived down this end, or in fact it was back-to-back sets. And the confidence they will have taken from that. Now they come down here and find points of their own, the Mount Albert Lions, and they give themselves a little bit of breathing space as we approach the final 25 minutes. Ackland now with, well, a fairly important kick from the sideline. I'll take it back out to a 2-score lead.
And big thanks, Pete's filming the infield action here today down at the Hornets' Nest as we see this kick about to be striked. And it's away.
So score remains Mount Albert 22, Howick Hornets 12.
And there's a bit of a chat going on out here at halfway. Yeah.
So going off in back play,
Yep.
Darren Kellett-Moore is leaving the field, and it looks to be under an injury cloud. He's getting some attention. Well, no, he's stayed on in the end. There was a bit of a chat going on there.
Yeah, there is. Captain sort of saying, no, you want to test it if you're going to bring the little settling run towards my way. So I think they're going to try and kick it towards the Mount Albert line, are they? And it looks like there's been a couple of changes on the Hornets pack. Here we go.
So Lelinga Fields goes way back to find Falilo Amalio. Palu. Told to go back and try that one again. Good line speed though from Jones and Williams. There's Charlie in there as well. Ackland. Ackland emerges without a defender on him somehow. Still going. Ackland. Eventually put to ground and a penalty at the end of it. Now Ackland's down injured here. Let's see if we can get a replay of that one. There's a gesture towards the elbow. Let's see if we can get a look at what's happened to Aiden Ackland here. Incredible strength to get out of one, get out of two, and then let's have a look if we can see here. It's on the second effort. Oh, hard to make
tell
out
from that.
Yeah.
Mind you, Tony Tuia falling on you wouldn't be pleasant.
So a chance to strike what could be a killer blow now for Mount Albert. You do get the feeling if they are next to score, maybe a mountain too high for Howick. Falilo Amalio, Rogers Brown, who's back on for his second stint. Outstanding in his first. And a couple of line breaks, worked really hard, particularly in attack. Falilo Amalio to Big Bro Salah. Salah goes the only way he knows. Straight forward. 20 out from the line. Johnny Faliluamalio now jumps out. Ball spills loose. Is that knocked on? Play out might be the call here. Trent Wallace picks it up. Trent Wallace goes and touches down under the posts. This is going to need clarification. It's been waved on. Elliott's pointed to the spot. Mount Albert are in again.
And we see on the SAS Sporting action replay here. Jumped out from the dummy half, kept it alive. The ball bobbles. It does go back from this angle. Brought to you by Pete's Filming. The infield action and through and away. And you can see there's a lot of emotion and passion with the Mount Albert Lions here today. 4 points on, Corey.
So it'll be interesting what the call was there. I think it was probably a strip, and it's been ruled that way. But you could see pretty much all of the Howick Hornets stopped, put their hands up, and thought play was going to stop. But Elliott was clear in his signal. Eklund on target with the kick. 28-12. An hour gone. The Hornets need a reply quickly.
Well, the Hornets have to really fire up now. 60-odd minutes in. And they've got to bring some attitude now.
Yeah, there's some attitude, all right.
Yeah, not the attitude from the hill. Good
Watch
collect.
this. Here comes your attitude. Oh, Clayton Williams. Well.
They need to back it up.
Oh, it's a good day to be a commentator. Faliluamalio to Ackland and then Ropati. Wallace to Faliluamalio, who says, bring it on, give me all the attitude you got. Salah plays it to little bro Johnny. Johnny now into a little half gap. Johnny's grimace there. Johnny might be in a bit of trouble here, Faliluamalio. Yep. Time off. That looked like it may have been an awkward ankle or knee.
The weather's just slowly changing out there, Corey. From the right to the left of the screen, looks like there's a bit of dark cloud coming in.
Update from the Crown Lift Trucks Fox Championship. Bay Roscoe now ahead by just 4, 26-22. Manurewa also ahead by just 4, 30-26. We await news from Greyland Park. Olivetti fields it. Brings the ball back. Looking for a little gap in the line, but there hasn't been many of them today. Trent Bishop taking it forward.
That's gone. What's the call?
Penalty the call. There's a strip in there. So Hortony to look for touch now. Updating the latest scores from the SAS Fox Memorial Premiership. Point Chevrolet now ahead 34-12. North Kota up 32-6 over Marist. And Glenora cruising 48-18 over Mangere East. And to clarify the ladder situation, it will remain unchanged as it stands. Here we go. Who was that? Rogers Brown. Tony Tuia goes out the back to Prendergast, to Gillett. Space potentially on the left. Gillett holds it up, and perhaps wise to do so because Albrecht was in danger of being bundled into touch. They come back towards the middle now, and Trent Bishop will line up for another carry. Got 3 in there, and Palu does his best to get him to ground, but Trent remains standing. Charlie to Tuia. Tuia to Olivetti. No, he tricked everyone, including the commentator. Held on to it that time, Big Tony. Olivetti burrowing from close range. 63 gone. It's Mount Albert who lead 28-12. Look at Palu urging his troops on in defence. Hotani says we'll change direction now. Prendergast and Nahumane. And now, well, they Steeden in the face, content to fire you up. And they'll exchange words.
Just letting it play out on the screen here. Mount Albert showing a wee bit of composure, a lot of patience. Hornets just trying to agitate it up a wee bit. They're right on the line.
So we'll get a chat here. And again, apologies if you're used to picking up our ref's audio. Some issues today. But I'll do my best to lip read or read the hand signals. Whatever between us, I'm sure we'll find a solution.
Something on my head. No? I've cleared it. We're all good.
This will be a Mount Albert ball for the original knock-on. Well ref today by Anthony Elliott. He's really let it flow, hasn't he?
Absolutely. Hope Daniel Sifuifa is down there looking after all the Lions supporters at Mount Albert at the clubhouse. Enjoyed your company today, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, full stop.
Up inside the 10, though. Tafui it was who got decked. Trent Wallace out there, making sure his voice is heard. Ackland on the tap. They've got a split line here, Aiden Ackland, and bravely runs it straight back at the two biggest men on the field. Does not take a backward step, this kid. Tafui. Falilo Malio to Salah. Palu. Caleb Moore. Caleb Moore. His momentum is halted by Williams. Falilo Malio to Wallace. Comes out to the right edge now. A little kick over the top. A little regather. Oh, it's a thing of beauty. Mount Albert in again. Incredible skill. Finay Anganofo, it is who's gone over. We'll wait for the replay. There's the finish to the try, but the chip and regather is where the real gold is in that one. Here we go. You see here, spots up at the line, sees a couple of big fellas in front of him. Waits it perfectly between him and the fullback, and then from there, see you later. Lions on fire. The Root Rooster looks like it's heading back to Felds Park. Ackland, well, away, so it remains 32-12, a 20-point ball game. But what a showing this is from the Mount Albert Lions, and what a statement ahead of the playoffs kicking off next week.
Absolutely, and they're going to take a lot of positivity out of this, aren't they? They'll grow an extra leg, or in their case, an extra paw, maybe, an extra paw.
Be no good for ball handling, would it? Just get in the way.
That's right. Well, this is turning into a little bit of a mauling. As the Lions go out, as you said, to 32-12. Hornets kick deep.
Off the back fence, Tafui at Jones and Charlie. This is an important final 13 minutes for Howick as well. They need to make sure they carry some momentum into next week. They need to finish on a high. Lelenga. Ball pops out. Was it knocked on? Referee Elliott says yes, it was.
That rain's starting to come now.
So scrum to pack down. This will be a Howick feed. So updating you on the ladder. There'll be no change at the top. The Howick Hornets will finish first. Mount Albert Lions will finish second. Northcote will be third and Glenora fourth, which means we'll have Howick versus Mount Albert next week and Northcote versus Glenora. Hornets back on the attack now. A little run around play and it goes out to Gillett. But they've done a really good job, have that right edge for Mount Albert today, both in attack and defence. Done a number on Royden Gillett in terms of containing him. Tony Tuia bumps the ball forward. Charlie. Bishop the first receiver, then goes to Hortony. Hortony shakes out of one. Wanted the pass, but there was no one really in the picture. With a talk from Mount Albert, desperate to maintain their standards. Here is Trent Bishop. Just about goes right through the line. He's tackled by Falelu Malio ×2, and he thought for a minute there he might play on. Referee
Actually did well. He sold me the dummy on that one. I think he just about sold the farm.
Charlie. Tuia. Power spins. That's last play. That's handover. When it's not your day, it's not your day. And the final round of the regular season has been all about the Mount Albert Lions so far. And already you look ahead to next week. We'll be lucky enough to bring you the live stream of the semi-finals. And already I can't wait. This match alone. All of the different things that will be at play there.
There'll be a few deck chair changes too. I think the Hornets will be expecting a few players back, Corey.
But they'll be hoping so. They desperately need, in particular, their captain back.
Absolutely.
And knowing Jethro Friend, well, even if he's at 60%, he'll take the field. He won't want to miss the chance to get his team through the decider. Of course, then you get the week off as well. So
sorry, mate. I felt that one.
You would imagine that they will put everyone out there, hope to win, and then try and get everyone fit during that week off. The other thing to consider, Mount Albert Lions, how much will their game plan change? Have they shown many of the cards in this one? Knowing Jordan Ackland like we do, I'm sure they will have a new plan in place.
You'll bring a new deck of cards, don't you worry about that.
Last play coming up. Ropati to Trent Wallace, who's pulled the strings nicely today, has Trent. Ball pops up, sits up nicely for Olivetti as the rain now starts to really pelt down here at Paparoa Park. 10 to play. And it looks like the Root Rooster will have a new home. They'll steal it on the final day of the season. Of course, they held it earlier in the year as well, Mount Albert. It was Howick who took it off them. So, nice little bit of full circle storytelling, I guess. Jesse Albrecht bumps the ball forward, 5 into opposition territory, and then gets both legs lifted and is taken to ground.
He's had good minutes today too, young Jesse.
Yeah, well, you'd expect that of the winger. He's not going to be going off for a break. Prendergast. Last play coming up. Charlie to Tuia, who's operating down the short side now. Plays in Gillett, but Mount Albert get there in numbers. There is no breaking the wall of yellow in this second spell. Once again, it's the right edge. So committed to their work, and they force another handover. And Mount Albert go searching for further points as we head into the final 8 minutes. Baroskal back in control at Blockhouse Bay Reserve. 34-26 they lead Papakura. Pukekohe now in front over Manurewa, 38-30. Oh, it's a gift that keeps on giving.
Anyone from Ellerslie Eagles coughing up a number? It's awfully quiet over there. Richmond Bulldog fans, you got a number for us? Please text us.
Chip over the top, takes a horror bounce for Lalinga and then is cleaned up by Prendergast. Now what's the call here? Have we got a knock on each way? I think so. Stay with us post-match as well. We'll have the presentation of the Rukatai Shield to the Howick Hornets as minor premiers, and of course we'll have a Root Rooster presentation as well.
Might have a guest presenter. Richie Barnett, I understand, is on the ground, and he's running for council this year, Corey. So best of luck to him, and for all the rugby league people out there, you know, get him behind one of our own and try and nudge up the vote. Player going off in the background. New sub on. And getting ready to pack in here.
So Howick with the feed, Hotini. Good solid carry. That's Caleb Tapsell. Prendergast going across field, got collared by Falilua Malio, who to his credit is quick to apologise. Charlie, poor pass, ball's loose, cleaned up by Jones, that'll be play on. 10 out from the line. Howick won't die wondering here. They'll keep on pushing as Bishop goes out the back. And now Prendergast isolates Albrecht. Albrecht's got his second. There's no call from the touchy. This should be a try. It will be. Elliott points to the spot. And the Hornets hit back a second try for Jesse Albrecht with 6 minutes to play.
And having a look on the SAS Sporting replay here, it really came off the back of this nice little fake you'll see in a short moment. He basically, looked to drop it on the inside, just crept and condensed their defensive player, got that Hornets winger, Jesse, right out on the edge there and flies in unopposed with a 4-point try right over there on that left-hand edge. And that, as we've sort of said throughout the day as we're waiting for the kick to come, that right-hand side's done a lot of work today, and that one there just manages to slip through. And the rain's just starting to...
Another one from the sideline from Scott Jones. Kicked brilliantly today in testing conditions. So 32-18, and Howick a little bit more respect on the scoreboard with that try. Perhaps they've got another one in them yet with 5 to go, but it would be a brave man that would tip against anything other than a Mount Albert victory at this stage. And the Root Rooster heading back towards Central Auckland. And what a night it will be at the Mount Albert Club tonight. They wrap up second position on the table. Root Rooster in their possession.
Well, John Ackland has his way. It won't be a big night. These boys will go back. They have a small presentation, then come back, get ready for training, and all on next weekend.
So Ackland back underway for us. Prendergast goes straight out to the left edge, and Tapsell for just a second there was into some space. Royden Gillett bumps the ball forward. Funny old situation where these two will meet each other again next week.
I heard that crack from here. Just out in front of the commentary box. Big contact.
Bishop dummies to Williams and just about goes through himself. Good defence from Falilua Malio and Palu to hold on. Charlie to Prendergast to Gillett again. They'll attack this edge of the field.
They have contained that line really well, haven't they?
Last play coming up. Albrecht to Tapsell, and Tapsell, oh, it's a ugly old kick, batted back, and then ends up in the hands of Williams. Williams flicks it out the back. It's terrible looking. Can they find a result at the end of it? Albrecht now into a little bit of space down his flank, comes back in field, but we're going to be called back.
Forward.
See on the replay here.
Yeah, I think from the original catch, when the first kick was attempted, he reached forward.
Yeah, it was definitely forward, wasn't it? You could see the mark on the line. So a good call from Corey Jewell. Ackland to Talisa. And some good stuff in the middle with his carries. Siren goes in the background. New home for the Root Rooster. First place guaranteed for the Howick Hornets. They'll meet again next week. It's Mount Albert who win this one, 32-18 over the Howick Hornets. Stay with us, post-match presentations to come.
Just talk to it while we wait for him. He's coming out here.
So welcome back for the presentation of the Root Rooster and the Rukatai Shield. There'll be a trophy for each team here. The Howick Hornets winning the Rukatai Shield as minor premiers, and the Mount Albert Lions claiming the Root Rooster. So ARL Chairman Shane Price now pitch side to present the trophy.
Welcome to Grassroots Rugby League. Just before we introduce, give the trophy over, I would like to introduce Richie Barnett, ex-Kiwi captain. Richie, Grassroots Rugby League at its best today, mate.
Absolutely, brother. Awesome to be here, of course, and witnessing the game today. And I'm sure they're going to be there next week.
I hear on a bit of a crusade to give back to the community.
Yeah, mate. Well, I'm here to watch the game, obviously, but I'm here also with the Howick. I'm a candidate for the Howick board, so I'm going for that. But I've always been keen to watch the boys
and
play.
I'm sure Grassroots Rugby League would benefit from that. So moving along, we're just going to be careful in regards to looking after the old chook. But today, Mount Albert have taken it back again, but I'm sure there's bigger animal available over the next couple of weeks. So Richie, look after the root, and it goes to Mount Albert.
mate. That is wonderful.
It's over 100 years old.
100 years old, brother. Congratulations on that awesome win, mate. That is gold. That's awesome.
Yeah, I just want to say, so proud of the boys. They had a good game today. Tough game. It was a physical game out here, and I don't know what to say, but I'm so proud of the boys. Just want to say thank you for birth supporter. Thank you for turning up and support your loved ones, your partner, doing awesome work for us as well. Before I finish, I just want to make a shout out to my boys, to the Bridge City boys, PCIZ. I'll see you guys next week at work. Cheers. Thank you.
Well, it's back to Richie and I again in regards to it. We have a trophy available today. It's for the minor premiership, but the history behind it is for James Rukatai. It's a 100-year-old trophy. It's for the minor premiers. But like I said, I think the biggest fox is the one that you guys are after. Richie, on behalf of it, you'd like to present that. Like the history behind this is immense. Minor premiers, the last time you won it in 2011, you went on to the big one. So let's see what happens to this one. Richie?
All about consistency in our game of rugby league.
Yep.
And Howick, awesome effort. Congratulations. Yep. Come up and accept this award.
Excellent,
the
Richie.
Mighty Shield. Rukatai. Tony. Awesome, brother. That is gold.
This goes to all the hard work we've done this season, but it doesn't stop here. So we're going on, hopefully go on to the big one. And just for all the supporters that support us, you can hear them in the background, and all the hard work from the boys. So cheers, everyone. Thank you.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Rukatai Shield going to the Howick Hornets. The Root Rooster to the Mount Albert Lions. They will meet again next week in the semi-finals. What a season for the Howick Hornets. Wrapped it up last week with victory. And we'll go through as the top qualifiers. They'll face Mount Albert again next week. Cool. So that concludes our coverage from Paparoa Park, ladies and gentlemen. We are back in action next week. Keep an eye on aucklandleague.co.nz for all of the updates on the live streaming action. We've got action coming as well tomorrow. aucklandleague.co.nz for all of the times for that. We'll see you then.